So hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So guys, today, as you have seen in the thumbnail and the title, today I'm going to talk about the rise and fall of DC extended universe. What were the reasons why DCEU failed? The DCEU that started with a very great movie Man of Steel in 2013 and ended worsely in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom in 2023. What happened in the whole 10 years, and today we are going to talk about that only. So if you guys are excited, leave a like and let's start our video. So for learning the rise and fall of DCEU, we have to go back in time in 2008 when Marvel started their cinematic universe with Iron Man 1, and then they started making solo movies of superheroes like Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and with this connective movies, Marvel was getting really very much profit. But Warner Brothers never tried to make a DC cinematic universe because they had no interest, also because they were getting nice money from the Superman and Batman solo films. But when they saw that yes, Marvel is getting very much profit by their solo connected films, and when in 2011 Christopher Nolan completed his Dark Knight trilogy, and that was a really huge profit for Warner Brothers, then they started thinking about making a cinematic universe of DC. So they requested Christopher Nolan that he extend his Dark Knight trilogy and make Superman and Wonder Woman like projects and make a Justice League movie. But Christopher Nolan refused it, and after that Christopher Nolan left Warner Brothers. And after that Warner Brothers tried to make the cinematic universe of DC of their own, and they planned to start a cinematic universe with Green Lantern movie in 2011 only. But when the movie was released, this movie was a very big failure. The CGI, cinematography and the VFX was very worse in this movie, and also the story was very boring. So this movie got many negative reviews from the DC fans, and the reviews were so negative that it was not possible to build up a universe with this Green Lantern. So they rebooted the Green Lantern timeline, and then they saw that Marvel has finally released the Avengers movie in 2012 and gained a lot of profit and positive reviews. So then they started thinking again to rise a cinematic universe, and then they appointed the director of Watchmen movie, Zack Snyder, and Warner Brothers requested Zack Snyder to make a plan for DC extended universe. Actually guys, Zack Snyder wanted to make first solo movies of Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, but Warner Brothers had forced him that he must make a Justice League movie as soon as possible. So they really forced it to Zack Snyder. So according to that, Zack Snyder built another plan. He made a story arc of 5 movies: Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, Justice League, Justice League 2, Justice League 3. And then finally in 2013, the first Zack Snyder film, Man of Steel, was released. The movie was really great. The cinematography, the VFX was great, and the storytelling was also nice. The fight scene, the climax of this battle is still now one of the best fight scenes ever. So Man of Steel was a great movie. It was also a blockbuster, and it got many positive reviews from the fans. But guys, some Marvel fanboys started telling that because on that time Marvel movies were very popular, so they started complaining that this movie is very serious and boring, and it has no jokes and humor like the Avengers movie. So this was a backlash that this movie got. Otherwise this movie was a really blockbuster, and reviews were very positive. And after that, in 2016, we got Batman vs Superman, and from here only the downfall, a little downfall of DC had started, because they should have built a Batman solo movie before Batman vs Superman, but they knew that a Batman vs Superman movie will means more hit than a single Batman movie, because before this movie no one has seen Superman and Batman together in any live action film. So they pushed Batman vs Superman. But when this movie was released, Warner Brothers cut the 30 minutes footage and released it, and made it from 3 hours to 2.5 hours. And because of that, fans didn't like this movie, and this movie got many backlash. And also this movie means, obviously you guys know that Warner Brothers had forced Snyder to rush the movies, so this movie's face value was really became a zero, because sometimes this movie was looking like Ben Affleck Batman solo movie, sometimes it became Man of Steel 2, sometime again Batman vs Superman, and at the end they also included the death of Superman plot also, Wonder Woman was also introduced, Justice League plot was also, means all the things were rushed. And addition to that, the 30 minutes footage was deleted. So because of these all things, DC fans literally destroyed Warner Brothers, and they got a really big backlash from it. And after getting so much hate, and here a hate was common, that this movie is very dark and serious, so this movie is very boring like also. So after that, Warner Brothers became serious, and they thought that no, Zack Snyder cannot save us from the backlash. So they planned and they cancelled the Justice League 2 and Justice League 3 that Snyder had planned in his original storyboard. And then the next movie that was Suicide Squad, that was only released in 2016, and on that movie also Warner Brothers fingered, because actually the movie was going to be very dark and R-rated and developed by David, but Warner Brothers made this movie very cheesy and funny, family entertaining movie, and removed all the darkness and R-ratedness from this movie. So this movie was also gone very bad, and this movie got many negative reviews from the fans. Friends did not like this movie, and it was considered one of the worst DC movies. But if you will hear my opinion, then I think this movie was not that bad. This movie was a good movie, but definitely this movie could be much better if David Ayer could direct this movie freely. And after that came in 2017 Wonder Woman. This movie was a very good movie, one of the best DCEU movies you guys can say, because this movie's CGI, VFX was cool, and the storyline and the origin movie, it was an origin movie, and it was a really great movie. And after this movie, fans again thought that yes, now Warner Brothers will give us nice projects. So this movie got highly positive reviews from the audience, because it was a nice movie. But after that, in 2017 came a massive bomb, Justice League, that we call today Justice League. So you guys know that after Batman vs Superman had flopped, Warner Brothers had cancelled Justice League 2 and Justice League 3. So actually Zack Snyder was only making this Justice League movie, but in post-production of this movie, almost 90% of the movie was completed. But then Zack Snyder himself left the project because of his daughter's death. And after that, Warner Brothers hired Josh Whedon, who had also directed Avengers movie. So they hired Josh Whedon and told Josh Whedon to cut the scenes of this movie. Means literally, you guys know that three main characters of Justice League, Flash, Aquaman and Cyborg, were firstly shown in this movie. So definitely when Zack Snyder wrote the script, it gone over 4 hours, and this much long movie will obviously not get released in theaters. But Warner Brothers cut this movie so much that this movie went to less than 2 hours. And also Josh Whedon was told to do reshoots and jokes in this movie, and made this movie very light toned and family entertaining, just like Marvel. And here gone a very big mistake. Many useless jokes were added to this movie. All the Justice League characters were badly portrayed in this movie. Means literally our Batman said jokes in this movie. Literally. The villain was also a mess. The CGI VFX was so worse, and also so vibrant colors in the movie, so light tone. Means literally this movie was one of the worst DC movies. And obviously when it got released, it literally did nothing but bombing the theaters. Means literally our fans got very angry on WB, and after that movie literally fans lost all their hopes from DC, because literally this movie was a very bad movie. Means seriously, fans gave very much negative reviews to this movie. And because of the reshoots and all, the cost of this movie was also very big, so that's why this movie was also considered as box office flop. And what this movie did not do, guys, you can tell me. Literally, means you guys can say this movie as a turning point of the DC extended universe, because guys, after this movie everything changed. Means in one side, the DC fans are abusing Warner Brothers, that's a so bad movie, so negative reviews are coming. On the other side, actors are angry with Warner Brothers, like Ben Affleck left Batman role because he wanted to make his own Batman movie, but Warner Brothers backstabbed him. And additionally, Josh Whedon's mistreatment in the behind the scenes of Justice League reshoots, he was also very much disappointed and he left Batman role. On the other side, Ray Fisher and Gal Gadot were very angry at Josh Whedon's misbehavior on the reshoots, and literally and on the other side, Warner Brothers also secretly fired Henry Cavill, and Zack Snyder was also fired. And literally this did a very big turning point. And after that came Walter Hamada, who became the president of DC Films, and he announced that Justice League movie was so mess, a disaster for DC. So he told that now we are only going to release solo movies, only solo films, because on that time solo movies like Wonder Woman and Man of Steel were performing nicely. So he decided that now we will not make any Justice League project, now we'll only make solo projects, because solo projects are simple, so they are good only. So that's why after Walter Hamada became the president, we never got to see any Justice League 2 or that type of movie after this. And after that, in 2018, after all these controversies, we got to see Aquaman. So this movie was a solo movie of Aquaman that take place after the events of Justice League. And this movie was a very nice movie, means literally awesome movie. The villain of this movie was Ocean Master, And literally, yeah, this movie was a very great movie. The CGI, the underwater scenes were literally great, and the story was also very good. And guys, literally this movie got very much positive reviews, and it gone to the highest grossing film because it collected literally 1 billion, more than $1 billion in the box office. So after that we got to see Shazam in 2019. That was a solo movie of Billy Batson, aka Shazam. That was a new character, and this movie did not perform that well in box office, but yeah, this movie was really good. I have also seen the movie. The movie is actually one of the best DCU movies. So this movie also got many positive reviews from DC fans. So after getting Aquaman and Shazam, fans again got excited that yes, now we are getting good projects. But after that came 2020 lockdown, and on that time Marvel stopped making the projects and delayed the projects to 2021. But Warner Brothers are Warner Brothers, so they released 2 projects in 2020. That was, first of all, Birds of Prey, second was Wonder Woman 1984. And I will say nothing, guys, about these 2 movies. These 2 simply were the worst DC Extended Universe movies ever. And after that we got to see 2021. So this was a very good year for DC fans. So now let's come back to our Justice League. So the controversies I told that occurred after Justice League was released in theaters in 2017, and after all is the one controversy was really going on that time also. That was hashtag release the Snyder Cut, because some sources, DC fans had got to know that actually there's Snyder's cut, that's also means that was only made, that's only prepared, but almost 90% it's completed, that did not got released in theaters. Instead we got the reshooted Justice League that was directed by Josh Whedon. So all the DC fans did a campaign everywhere, hashtag release the Snyder Cut. We want the original vision of Zack Snyder Justice League. We want that. And after all that fight in 2021, we got 4 hours Zack Snyder's Justice League. And as I told, Zack Snyder completed his movie almost 90%. So after so much campaign, after so much request, Warner Brothers told and gave permission to Zack Snyder to complete the 10%, the rest 10% of this movie, and he completed the rest, and we got to see Zack Snyder Justice League in 2021 in HBO Max. And literally, yeah, this movie was a great movie, means one of the best movies ever in the world. So much nice movie. And after that, because this movie was a very nice movie, after that we DC fans went to a campaign that was hashtag restore the Snyderverse, because this movie was literally OP. But after that release, Zack Snyder only announced that Zack Snyder Justice League is not even the canon version of Justice League. It is only released because of fans' demands, and he has no other plans with WB to continue his Snyderverse. And it was the last time he had returned, because his dream was that at least he got a chance to release his own Justice League movie. And after hearing these, fans got really emotional, and they kept doing the campaign hashtag restore the Snyderverse. And after that, in 2021, we got to see The Suicide Squad. So The Suicide Squad was a soft reboot to the old Suicide Squad, in which some characters like Harley Quinn and Boomerang like characters also returned, but some characters like Peacemaker like new characters. So this movie was actually a soft reboot, and it did not continue the old regime of Suicide Squad. And this movie was a great movie, because this movie was directed by James Gunn. So this movie was actually very nice movie. Fans gave very positive reviews, but unfortunately it was a box office flop. And after that we also got to see Peacemaker web series, that was a standalone sequel of The Suicide Squad, and it also got very positive reviews because of the darkness, R-ratedness, and but it was also a flop. But fans gave very positive reviews to the movie, means the series, the Peacemaker series. After that came 2022, and on that time the hashtag restore the Snyderverse campaign has gone very much far, and on that time we get to hear a very weird news from Walter Hamada and DC, that DC extended universe, this universe is going to be rebooted after the Flash movie that got its release date in 2023. This movie was going to reboot the whole DC extended universe, and it will erase the events of Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and Justice League. And Henry Cavill and Ben Affleck will not continue their roles. Instead, Sasha Kali Supergirl will replace Superman, and Michael Keaton Batman will replace Ben Affleck. And after hearing this news, every DC fans got mad. They literally got mad on DC Studios. And after that, many controversy, many toxicity came to hashtag restore the Snyderverse campaign, and it became literally very bad. And after that, after these controversies were going on, obviously came Ezra Miller case. Means so many controversies are there, guys, in DC. Ezra Miller started choking other people, means started doing the crimes only, and Ezra Miller's controversy had also gone very badly, so literally that was another headache. And after that, another controversy. So I told you guys that after Justice League movie, the Warner Brothers had fired Henry Cavill secretly. Means literally in Shazam movie we got a cameo of Superman without head. So after that fans got really very disappointed, but then came Dwayne Johnson, the Rock Dwayne Johnson. He challenged that, wait, now I will restore the Snyderverse and also bring back Henry Cavill Superman. And then Walter Hamada also got fired. Batgirl, Supergirl, these type of projects were also got cancelled. And then WB and Discovery means combined. And after that, the Warner Brothers became Warner Brothers Discovery. And after that, finally we got to see in 2022 the Black Adam movie, in which Henry Cavill finally returned as Superman. And we got very happy that now our Superman is back. Now we are going to see Man of Steel 2, like big projects. Fans got really very happy. On the other hand, we also got to see many good news that Ben Affleck is also returning as Batman. Once it was declared by Hamada that Ben Affleck's Batman will die in Flash movie, but then we are seeing Ben Affleck's behind the scene photos in Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. Means Ben Affleck Batman is going to return in future movies, not only in Flash but also Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. So fans got very happy that yes, Ben Affleck is also returning and Henry Cavill is also returning. On the other hand, our Gal Gadot also told that now Wonder Woman 3 will release, and so fans got very happy. But after that, Warner Brothers Discovery, the David Zaslav, he hired James Gunn and Peter Safran for handling the DC studios. And then a very bad news came that now no more Snyderverse will be restored. DC is going to be rebooted, and now the old DC extended universe would be kept in an alternate universe, and now James Gunn is going to start a fresh universe with new casts and new characters. And all the DC extended universe movies literally that don't mean anything to the future. And after hearing this, Literally, fans got very mad after hearing this. We all got very mad. And after this announcement, in 2023, the last DC movies were released. The 3 last DCEU movies. And those all movies were simply box office disaster. First, it started with Shazam! Fury of the Gods. This movie was a box office disaster after the announcement, and according to the first part, this movie was very bad. So this movie was also, means audience also gave it very negative reviews. And after that, a project came that means literally fans had waited for a lot time. The Flash means literally, because in this movie we are again going to see Michael Keaton as Batman, Ben Affleck as Batman, and means so many multiversal cameos were also going to be there, and a multiversal movie. So fans gave it very positive reviews to the trailer, but when the Flash got released in theaters, what I will say, it was a very big box office bomb, box office disaster. And audience also gave it mixed reviews. Some told that this movie is a good movie, some told that this movie is a bad movie because the CGI is bad. But actually, if I tell you my opinion, then I think the Flash movie is a very much underrated movie. Except the CGI, the movie is really very nice, I tell you guys that. And in the Flash movie, an event happens. Because of that, the DC got resetted. But this reset did not affect the main DC universe only. And after this movie, Batman vs Superman and Justice League events got erased. And after that, we got to see only one DC Extended Universe movie that was a standalone, that was Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And this movie means literally, this movie was a standalone movie, and this movie take place in the resetted DC Extended Universe after the events of the Flash, means after the reboot of DC. And literally, this movie was box office disaster, and this movie also got negative reviews from the fans. Means literally, according to the first part, this movie was a very bad movie, very bad movie. And after that, finally, the universe that started with a very good movie of Man of Steel ended with a crushing movie, Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. And after that, finally, DC Extended Universe got over. And now in the future, we are going to see the new DC Universe. But guys, if you will say that why I did not keep Blue Beetle movie, then actually I tell you guys that Blue Beetle movie is a part of DC Universe, not DC Extended Universe. This is officially confirmed by James Gunn and Peter Safran. And now, if I talk about the main 5 reasons of the DCEU failure, then first reason was that competing with Marvel. Because if they establish their characters nicely, first released Man of Steel, then Batman movie, then Flash movie, Aquaman movie, Wonder Woman movie, then build big projects like Batman vs Superman, Justice League, then it would be literally much better. But they copied Marvel, tried to copy Marvel, and because of this only they had very humors in Justice League, and because of that fans got very angry on WB. And number 2 reason is that the studio interference. When studio interference is a very bad thing, and it also, this same problem occurred with Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. But here Warner Brothers did a lot of studio interference, and because of that Zack Snyder and David Ayer, like directors, could not share their visions to the fans, and because of that only many films failed. Number 3 reason I will keep, that is controversies. Means literally, you have to accept it. Controversies is a very big reason. Means literally, Ben Affleck left Batman, Henry Cavill was fired, Ray Fisher left Cyborg. So with this, how you will continue this universe that literally ended the hopes for any future Justice League sequel, Man of Steel sequel, or Batman solo movie, and like that only. So definitely this was a very big reason. That's why DC also was forced to be reset in the Flash movie and got a hard reboot in James Gunn that did. And literally because of this controversies only, Ezra Miller controversy, Ray Fisher controversy, and Amber Heard controversy, means this was a very big reason. Yes, a very big reason. And number 4 reason I will keep, that is not hearing fans demands. Like literally we did a lot of hashtag restore the Snyderverse, hashtag make the Batman Flick movie, hashtag make Man of Steel 2, but they never heard us. Means how we will do them? Means literally the fans that are watching your movies, if you're not hearing them only, then who will watch your movies, right? So this was a very big reason that they never hear the fans demands only. What fans want to see, they don't hear that. They do whatever they want. And the last reason, that's a very great reason, that is not having a perfect vision. Means you guys know that Marvel Infinity Saga, for example, that are movies of phase 1, phase 2 and phase 3, Iron Man movie 2, Black Panther movies, these all movies were connected to each other, and they all together hinted to Avengers, Infinity War and Endgame, like big projects. Means these all movies was going to somewhere like big projects, but DC movies never gone to any place. Means yes, definitely they had a vision that Zack Snyder only had, that nightmare sequence, the dark side will come to earth and Superman will be evil, then Batman sacrifice, these all things. But after Zack Snyder left, you guys know that the universe had no more a vision. Means okay, if you are firing Zack Snyder, you are not willing to go with the vision of Zack Snyder, but still you should make another vision, right? Another vision that now James Gunn is building. So Walter Hamada, like man, did not have any vision. They had only greed for money. Means one movie is going right, means like you, for example, Aquaman movie was a very big box office success, so they were announcing Aquaman 2, and suppose Aquaman 2 is also a big success, they made Aquaman 3, and suppose Wonder Woman 2 got a very negative reviews and was a flop, then they cancelled the third part. Means in this way they released the movies. Then how will they create a universe? Means seriously yaar, Shazam, Aquaman, Batman v Superman, Birds of Prey, The Suicide Squad, Black Adam, means these movies, where these movies going, nobody knows, because they do not have a perfect vision only. And that's why this universe never got a conclusion. Means where the story of DCEU ends, the answer, this question remained unanswered. Seriously, this question remained unanswered, that the conclusion we did not get, that what was the conclusion of the universe, what was the conclusion of these movies, and that was a very big reason. And overall, with the mixed, I think we can give 100% full blame on Warner Brothers only. Because of this studio only, DC Extended Universe was never able to touch the sky. But now let's rise, guys. Now we have to support DCU, please. Superman Legacy is coming 2025. If we will not support it, then it will again fall. And I believe in James Gunn, and you guys also please believe in James Gunn, and please don't hate anyone. Now let's make DCU successful. Till then, guys, stay awesome. Bye bye.